let us know the importance of the duodenum, which is the first part of the small intestine. Duodenum receives the secretion from the liver and the secretion from the pancreas. Liver is the largest digestive gland and pancreas is the second largest digestive gland. Liver secretes the fluid which is known as bile, that is poured in the duodenum, and pancreas secretes the pancreatic juice that is poured in the duodenum. This is the gallbladder which stores the bile juice. So, let us study diagrammatically. This is liver, this is gallbladder. The duct which arises from the liver, that is called as hepatic duct. The duct which arises from the gallbladder, that is called as cystic duct. Both the ducts join and the duct which is formed, that is known as common bile duct. This common bile duct, it opens in the duodenum. Then let us know about the another duct, location of pancreas. The duct which arises from the pancreas, this is called as pancreatic duct. So, the duodenum is the part of the small intestine. It receives the secretion from the liver, that is the bile, and secretion from the pancreas, that is the pancreatic juice. Let us know what is the importance of bile. Bile is alkaline, greenish yellow color fluid. It is secreted from the liver. Why it is greenish and yellow color? Because it contains two kinds of bile pigments. What are the two kinds of bile pigments? These are number 1 bilirubin, second is biliverdin. So, these pigments are produced from the worn out RBC, because RBC, which is known as red blood corpuscle, which contains hemoglobin, and this hemoglobin is the respiratory pigment after the death of RBC, that is approximately 120 days. Now, RBC is destroyed. How is RBC destroyed? So, it is transported to liver and it is destroyed there. So, liver contains these two pigments, bilirubin and biliverdin. These are produced from the hemoglobin, and due to these two pigments, the color of the bile is greenish yellow. And what is the importance? How it is useful in the process of digestion? Bile is alkaline because it contains 4 kinds of salts. What are the 4 kinds of salts? These are sodium carbonate, sodium bicarbonate, sodium glycocholate and sodium tyrocholate. So, out of these, sodium carbonate, the formula is NaHCO3, it plays the major role. It makes the bile alkaline. And how it is helpful in the process of digestion? As the bile is alkaline and as it is poured in the duodenum, so this particular area becomes alkaline, and the chyme which is released from the stomach, when it reaches to the duodenum, it requires an alkaline medium, so that the fluid that is secreted from the pancreas, the pancreatic juice which contains the digestive enzymes, can act upon this food and the semi digested food, and this is possible only in the alkaline medium. Already we have seen the protein digesting enzymes, these are pepsin and renin. These can act only in acidic medium, but when the food reaches to the small intestine, to the duodenum, the enzymes released from the pancreatic juice, they can act only in alkaline medium. So, acidic chyme is converted to alkaline chyme in presence of bile, and bile is secreted from the liver. Okay, this is one function. Now let us know the other function of the bile. The most important function of bile is emulsification of fat. What is that? Emulsification of fat. Bile salts reduce the surface tension of fat. So, the large fat globule is acted upon by bile and it is broken down into smaller fat droplets. This process is called as emulsification of fat. In this way, the large fat globule is broken down into many small fat droplets. So, what is the advantage of the conversion of the large fat globule into the smaller fat droplets? As the fat droplets are formed which are smaller in size, but the surface area is more, so that the enzymes which are secreted from the pancreas, they can act upon the fat droplets directly. So, which enzymes are secreted from the pancreas which can digest the fat? The name of the enzyme is stiepsin. Stiepsin enzyme can act directly upon the fat droplets efficiently and they can carry out the process of fat digestion. This is all about bile. Let us discuss about the pancreatic juice. Pancreas is a heterocrine gland, means it is partly exocrine and partly endocrine in nature. The endocrine part of the pancreas secretes the hormones insulin and glucagon, whereas the exocrine part of the pancreas, it secretes the pancreatic juice. Pancreatic juice contains 3 kinds of enzymes. What are those 3 kinds of enzymes? Number 1, amylopsin. It is otherwise known as pancreatic amylase. It can act upon carbohydrate. Second is trypsin. It can act upon the peptides. Third, stiepsin, which can act upon the fat. So, amylopsin is carbohydrate digesting enzyme which acts upon the leftover carbohydrate that is started already in the mouth cavity, acted upon by salivary amylase. How to represent in the form of chemical equations? The enzyme trypsinogen is converted to active form, that is known as trypsin, in presence of an enzyme that is known as enterokinase. This is inactive form and this is active form of protein digesting enzyme. So, what is the role of trypsin? This trypsin acts upon the proteins and the smaller peptides. Proteins and peptides are acted upon by trypsin and converts into smaller peptides. This is the role of the protein digesting enzyme. Now, what happens to amylase? The leftover starch is acted upon by amylopsin and converts starch into maltose. Because already we have seen in the mouth cavity 40% digestion of starch occurs and starch is converted to maltose. So the leftover starch in the duodenum is converted to maltose. The enzyme stepsin acts upon the emulsified fat and converts it into fatty acids plus glycerol in presence of the enzyme stepsin. So what are the three types of enzymes secreted from the pancreas? Stepsin, the fat digesting enzyme, amylopsin, carbohydrate digesting enzyme, and trypsin, protein digesting enzymes. They act upon the three kinds of food substances. Now let us know about the intestinal juice. Earlier we have discussed the structure of the small intestine. The inner lining contains the villi, the finger-like projections, which increase the surface area of absorption. The pits among the small intestine, means the pits among the villi, contain many intestinal glands. So these intestinal glands secrete the intestinal juice, and this intestinal juice contains the enzymes which can digest carbohydrates, proteins and fats. Let us know in the form of equation how the enzymes act upon the various kinds of partially digested food. The small peptides were acted upon by the enzyme erepsin. Enzyme erepsin is associated with the intestinal juice. So the peptides, the smaller peptides, are converted into amino acids, whereas the fat digesting enzyme lipase, it acts upon the emulsified fat and converts the emulsified fat into fatty acids and glycerol. Now let us see the carbohydrate digesting enzymes. Maltose is acted upon by enzyme maltase, and it converts maltase, which is a disaccharide, into 2 glucose molecules. So glucose plus glucose. Second, lactose, which is also a disaccharide, that is acted upon by the enzyme lactase, and lactose is converted into glucose plus galactose. Then the enzyme sucrase acts upon sucrose and it converts sucrose into glucose plus fructose. Maltose is a disaccharide, lactose is a disaccharide, sucrose is also disaccharide. So they are converted into monosaccharides like glucose, galactose, fructose, all these are monosaccharides in presence of the enzyme maltase, lactase and sucrase.